Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Ormark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And we are looking at way back when and pulling out stamps from our stash that we maybe haven't given any love for a long time. And this was probably the favourite stamp set from Stampin' Up over the years. I think it was around for something like 20 odd years. It was one they said they would never ever retire, but like everything, times change. I have used this so often. It is one of my favourites. You can use any tree stamp or any silhouette stamp really for this, because it's the technique that I'm going to show you. But I thought I would get out this beautiful one, which is one of my absolute favourites. So we're working with Sweet Sorbet, which is a lovely sort of reddy colour, which is what we want. And then we've got a matte, which is 1/4 inch smaller. My first tip I always say to you, with your bases, take something out of it. Once you have your mat on and it's put on the card, you're not going to see it. So why waste the whole of the sheet to take something out of it? And then I have got just a piece of copy paper to save my work surface, and another piece which we are literally just going to take in half, because we don't need as much as that. And then we need to look at our card and we need to go, okay, we want it to come across that way. So you are going to just tear it, and you can tear it with some lumps and some bumps in it. You can tear it fairly straight. It's entirely up to you. I tend to like a few little sort of lumps and bumps in, and I'm just taking it down. And then we are going to, it's called the torn paper technique. I've used it quite a lot. It doesn't matter how far you go down, you just go down a little bit. And what I tend to do is I will work on one side and then put the other down. You can stick it down to your work surface if you want to, but this is just my way of doing it, which I find is simpler. So we are going to take, I'm taking crushed curry and sweet sorbet. So I'm only taking 2 colours, and I'm just using my blending brush and just colouring it down up on those edges, down into the middle, like that. And then I'm going to take some of the sweet sorbet, which is going to be very juicy. In fact, I probably need to do my other side first, don't I? Let me do my other side first to just show that you can take it in on there, because I don't really want to. So I'm going to take that one off, and I'm just going to turn it round, and I'm going to put this on the other side, because then they're both different pieces. And that's why I said you don't necessarily need to mask it. You can just have it where you want it. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing, so just taking the yellow, taking it from here and just taking it down like that. So now I'm going to take the sweet sorbet. And for the sweet sorbet, we're literally just only wanting to take it just sort of through on the edge part. I want it to come quite dark, so I'm just trying to make sure that I have quite a bit of the dark coming through, and you can see I'm just taking it down like that, because then when you take it off, you can see you get that lovely look on there. Now I need to put the other one on, which I think was about there, wasn't it? Yeah, so I turn it around the other way. I'm going to put this in so I can find my mark, and again, you don't have to worry about it being quite exact because you're taking the other colour out, which means that it's going to come through onto this edge piece, which is what we want. So we want it quite dark. And on here. Okay, and then with what's left on this brush, I'm just going to take it in, just make sure I've got my line straight. I'm just going to take it into the middle just a little bit to just blend it through. So as I say, it's just what I've got left on my brush to just add a little bit more of the colour in, and then I'm going to go back to my crushed curry to just deepen it up a little bit, so that you can make it as deep as you want. So I've just got some of the crushed curry in on there. Let's move my piece back because I'm only going down on the centre of this. I'm doing it on here. So that takes the colour. So when we take this off, you have the most lovely strip that runs across. It's great for doing it in blues if you want something sort of sea-like, but I want it for the trees to give that really sort of sunset look. So we're going to take this one out, and it's called Lovely as a Tree. As I say, it is probably my all-time favourite stamp. Just absolutely lovely. Now you want a really good black ink, so you can use StazOn, you can use Memento, you can use whatever your favourite black ink is, and you want to stamp it up nice and juicily, and that's why I say I love these old wooden stamps. I know they're not fashionable anymore, but for me there was nothing like them. There really wasn't. So I'm going to take this from the outside here, and it doesn't matter whether it's going to come over the top or not. So you just literally stamp it through. Oh, you see just how beautiful that comes out? And then we're going to do it again. So you have the trees coming right the way across. And then we'll take this one and we'll put it through on, take it up to that edge. We can just line it up with that one and just put it through like that. Okay, so you've got your trees just running through on the top, which is just, I think is just beautiful. And then all you need to do is, and I'm not putting sentiments on these because I think it's, I always think it's fun to make cards and then keep a stash of them and then add whatever the sentiment you want when you are ready to actually, you know, send them. So you've got room here to be able to put your sentiment down here on the bottom, wherever you want actually. But can you see how beautiful that is and how simple that was? And by doing the torn paper, you get almost, you can variegate the colours just on the edge to give that almost like dripped look. I think it's just beautiful, and it is one of my favourite techniques. I use it lots and lots and lots, but I thought I would use it with my favourite stamp set, and I think in the history of Stampin' Up, it is the favourite stamp set. It sold more than any others and was around for, as I say, over 20 years. So I'm sure most of you have got the set. But as always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.